Welcome back to TCG Dreamland. Today we're looking at Brothers War. There's a lot to talk about. This is actually an old opening, and I'm just doing current prices from October 2024 with new commentary, and I'm going to be talking about the set. Current box price $229, finally above MSRP. That's part of the big news. So over the last year, the 1 year price trend is up 22%. Very nice. Very nice. And the thing, if you look at the chart, is it didn't have there were no big swings. Sometimes you'll see a set go up very quickly, and then there'll be a retrace, and then it'll go up some more, and then it'll retrace. That was not the case with this set. It was just slow, steady progress. The 1 year, 22%, 6 month, 10%, the 1 month only at 4%, but the trend still seems to be up. So it seems that there is good demand for this set. The daily number of boxes sold is 1, which may not sound like a lot, but that's pretty good. If you're selling a box per day and there's, 200 boxes, which is, I don't remember how many there are actually for this set. I was just looking up Assassin's Creed a minute ago, and there's 200 currently for sale on TCG Player. But, if you're selling 1 per day, it's actually not bad. That's why we're seeing slow, steady growth. Battlefield Forge, very nice. Gix's Command. Terror Ballista, womp womp. All right, and then we have these artifacts. I think there's 3 artifact cards in every pack, as well as a Transformer, which is kind of interesting. We've got Goblin Charbelcher. We've got Megatron in foil. Nice, the regular border, not the shattered. All right, and Titania's Command, extended art foil. So not bad. We got a few cards worth a few bucks, with a couple bucks. There's 4 or 5 cards worth over $1 in that pack. All right. So I want to talk about the price of these because it's coming up on 2 years. It's basically 2 years since this set came out. And it is just now getting back slightly above MSRP. Well, I guess there's technically no MSRP, but that's based on the price that people buy them from the distributor. It should be around $215 to $220 for a collector box of a standard set. So we're basically just above MSRP, and it's taken 2 years to do that. Now, the reason for that is because this was the first set with serialized cards, and why that is important is because we knew there were 500 of each serialized card, and we knew how many serialized cards were going to be in the set. And we knew the hit rate of a serialized card was slightly under 1%. So all of those things combined, you can actually figure out how many packs they printed. And, ooh, that's a nice card. It's a non-foil, unfortunately, but those Shattered Glass full art Transformers is 1 per box. Is the hit rate on those, and Optimus, I think, is the top one. If that had been foil, that would have been worth over $300. The Shattered Glass foil Optimus Prime 304 on TCG Player. Of course, the foils of those are very rare as well, which is why they're so expensive. But what I was saying was you can calculate, based on all those things that they told us before the set came out, you can calculate how many packs they actually printed. And they printed so many boxes, or so many packs, the number of box equivalents. So essentially what you do is you calculate the number of packs and then divide by 12, because there's 12 packs in a collector box. So the number of boxes, the pack equivalent number of boxes was 300,000. Yeah, that's right, 300,000. That one is really good. I think that's the most expensive uncommon relic. There are no common relics. They're all uncommon. And the Swiftfoot Boots is the most expensive one. So that's a nice hit to get in the middle of that pack. 300,000 boxes, which is absolutely ridiculous. which is why these boxes, I think maybe at their lowest, they might have been below 150. These boxes got way down there just because even though demand is good, it's a fun set to open. There's tons of really good cards in the set, and you have a pretty good chance. Ooh, Myrel, Shield of Argive, $22.83. It's a really good hit for this set. All right, I think the next one's pretty good too, it looked like. Gave a little spoiler. Underground River, Borderless Land, $3.37. Yeah, so this set, demand, I think, has been decent. For as long as this set has been out, I think the demand has been decent. The only problem was just that the supply was so ridiculous that these boxes were going for like 150, at least 160. I don't know exactly what the minimum was for these, but just based off of other sets, I wouldn't be surprised if these got down, 160 or even below at some point. But, it was absolutely insane the number of packs, the number of collector packs they printed for this set. But lo and behold, 2 years later, finally, 2 years after they came out, after the set came out, we are back to MSRP. So slow, steady growth. Like I said, 22% is the 1 year, the year over year currently. And based on the fact that the demand, basically one is being sold per day, and for several months this set has just been slowly and steadily increasing. The 1 month is 4%, which isn't a whole lot, but when it's 4% every month for several months, that adds up to a lot. So slow, steady growth. I see that continuing for this set because I think it's a good set. The demand still seems to be there. Just for reference, I keep saying this, but a daily number sold of 1 is actually pretty high. Most sets have less than 1. They'll sell, 20 boxes in a month, which is less than 1 per day, obviously. So most sets, especially the more expensive it gets, the fewer they'll sell because there's fewer people willing to shell out that kind of money, right? So 1 per day is actually pretty darn good. And that means supply is dwindling rather quickly. Not incredibly quickly, but quickly enough that we're seeing slow, steady increase in box price, right? So supply is dwindling, at a rate faster than demand. Demand is higher than, because if demand and supply were exactly equal, it would be flatline, it would be horizontal, right? So demand is just slightly, ever so slightly, demand is above the supply. And that's how I see this set continuing for quite some time, because I think the highest card in the set, I want to say, is in the $500 to $600 range. It's between $500 and $600, I believe. And just over the course of time, because of how these things work, as supply dwindles, box price slowly it converges, let's say that. So the box price converges with the price of the top hit in the set. So the fact of the matter is, top hit in this set is over $500. So at some point, because it's not going to happen anytime soon, because there's still a ton of supply. But, sometime maybe within the next I'd say probably within the next 5 years, these boxes will be much closer in price to the top hit of the set. You're going to see these, they're $229 right now. You're going to see these probably over $400 in a 5-year time span. And that's assuming that the top hits in the set don't increase in price, because if the top hits in the set also increase in price, then that's going to increase the rate that boxes are opened, because there's going to be, when the prize is higher, there's more people willing to take a chance opening a box. You know what I mean? If the top card in the set's $500, you have X number of people, and if you have the top card in the set worth $2,000, then you have Y amount of people, and Y amount of people is significantly higher than X amount of people. So, not even accounting for the fact that the serialized cards in the set could go higher, not even taking that into account, I definitely see these boxes, in a 5-year time span going to 400 plus. All of these sets with serialized cards are going to be the sets to keep an eye on. That was a good hit, by the way. Haven't really been paying attention to the opening, but that was a good hit. That was a good hit when the set came out, and it's still a good hit now. All right, what do we have? Bonesaw, Burnished Heart, Helm of the Host. Very cool. That's the schematic version. Very nice. The schematic versions in general are more expensive than the non-schematics. All right, and we've got Inspiring Statuary, which is not great. All right, next pack. Skipping. I think there was literally one uncommon in the set worth more than $1. So I may have pulled one. I don't know. I just didn't even look because there was only one uncommon worth more than $1 from the regular set. That's not including the artifacts, because I think there were 2 artifacts. It was Swiftfoot Boots, and the Mishra's Bauble was a little over $1. It was between $1 and $2, which is crazy. Ooh, another Megatron. That was cool. Hall of Tagsin, unfortunate. I remember when the Bauble was over $8. Because I had opened some Double Masters VIP packs. Those bad boys were over $7. I think they may have been over $8. And now they're just over $1. I think even the foil Double Masters one is significantly less than it was, less than half. Oh, there's a Mishra's Bauble right there. Speaking of, all right, we've got Blitzwing for the Transformer and Ramos Dragon Engine. Is that what it's called? Yes, I remembered correctly. Ramos Dragon Engine, a very nice hit. I think the serialized version of Ramos is I want to say the second most expensive serialized card. I think it's over 400. So the top card's between 500 and 600. I think Ramos is definitely over 400. Another Myro. That's our second Myro. Very nice. All right, most of the cards for Commander are not great. Again, because of supply. Supply of most of the singles in this set is just overwhelming, honestly. All right, Liquid Metal Coating, Quietus Spike. The Transformer is Jetfire, regular border non-foil, and then Adaptive Automaton. Not a great pack. Oh, actually, we had a Myral in that pack, right? It was like one of the first hits. All right, so very nice. Box total $173.98. So as you can see, not as much as you would pay for a box, but that is typical, especially once the set has become this old. The EV is just going to be not as high as box price, because box prices will continue to climb over time as supply dwindles, but that doesn't necessarily mean that EV increases, you know what I mean? So typically EV and box price, the gap widens over time. So not surprising that the EV of this set is less than $229, which is the box price. So make sure to subscribe. I do lots of these videos now. I'm also going to do other videos where I just go over sets and I say, should you buy, sell, or hold? Buy, sell, hold, like stocks almost. I'm going to be doing that coming up soon. So make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.